So that last thing, let's try that again. If I was just here, shift back so I can get my foot to point to the corner. Now I try to coordinate my arm and my leg together. Other hand comes on the inside of my forearm here. Now I'm going to squeeze my fist, open my palm, and it's like I'm putting my fist in my palm as I sink down. All right? So, anybody ever seen this symbol before? That's a martial arts bow or Chinese greeting, but it also represents the yin and the yang, the two halves of the circle, two fish come together. It's all about balance. It's a symbol of balance. Tai Chi is all about balance, trying to get the body in balance. So that's what that exercise is. You have open, you have closed. So throughout, again, every step has some meaning behind it. That's what that one is. So let's try from that last part again, then we'll do the whole thing from the beginning. So I shift back, pivot out, right hand and leg in front, make a fist, put the fist in the palm, put the palm in front of your navel, and sink down. So from the side it looks like this, from the front it looks like this. Pretty easy stuff, right? Alrighty, easy and hard is all relative. If you're just going with the flow and trying to do the best you can, it should be good. So inhale, exhale. Keep thinking of the waves, relaxation, your breath, moving with the wave. Breathe in, out. Flip it over, shift the weight, and breathe in, out. Shift the weight, the leg comes in front, lift up if you can, bounce for a moment, come down, and breathe out. In, out. Shift back, turn out, arm and leg together, and breathe in, out. Okay, the next part of this exercise is to kind of come to the side so you can straighten this left foot. I'm going to lift my arm and my leg a little bit, and then I come down in the horse stance with my hand in front of the navel again. So I was just here. Here's where it gets tricky with me turning around, because some people like to see my face. Don't know why. Other people like to see from the backside so they can kind of see. So I have to do both. From here I came in, relax, let the shoulders drop. Then I try to lift up, and then come down. So in between there's that little adjustment of my knee so that I'm not making my knee go opposite of my toe. You see how that would twist a little bit? I can do it. I can get away with it because I've been doing this for a long time, that my muscle and tendons kind of go along with it a bit more. But I try not to do it because I'm not as lean as I used to be. So what I'll do is that little shift. When I come in, I move a little bit to the side, point the toes straight, and then I can come up. So now my knee and my toes go together. And then sink down. All right, one more time from the beginning, and then we'll add another step, and then see how much more time we have at that point. And breathe in, out. Eyes look forward, but your foot moves. And breathe out. In, out. In. Fingers loose, elbows a little bit sunk, a little bit low, and breathe out. Flip it over, shift your weight to the left, in, out. Shift your weight, try to balance if you can. Hands slide down the wall, and breathe out. One up, one down, in, out. Shift back. Now I try to think of my foot and my hand having a string from my toes to my fingers so that when they move, they go together. It's like a marionette, like a puppet, goes together. And then breathe in, out. Little adjustment with my foot. And breathe in, and breathe out. Now the reason for this here, our center of gravity is about 3 inches or so below our navel, about 3 inches back. A lot of philosophy, Chinese philosophy and martial arts, is that that's an energy center. let's just say it's the center of gravity. So if you sink from that spot right there, you should be very stable and very weighted in the lower part of your body. So now I try to switch my hands. I'm going to go from here. One hand goes to the right. My other hand goes to the left. Now I'm going to spin the ball like we did earlier. When I get over to here, my arms cross. So I just had my fist in my palm, right in front of my navel, my center of gravity. My hands go opposite. One high, one low, one left, one right. Then I shift the ball. I end up on the opposite sides, and then they cross. All right, let's do a little bit more with that now. When I go to the left, I shift my weight to the left. When I spin, I shift to the right. I shift back. Here's the cat stance again. I cross my arms. I dip my chin. Whenever my chin drops, it makes it easier for my back to round. An example of this would be here, to round your back, try to lift your chin up. Feels awkward. It shouldn't feel smooth, but when your chin is down, the back can relax and go that position. So let's try that last thing again. Hand in front of the navel. So here's that shifting or that wave again, going from one side to the other, and then back, and then we sink down. All right, so how are we doing? Any questions, comments, complaints in that order? Anybody breaking a sweat? That doesn't have to be the goal. I'll sweat because I'm talking and I'm breathing and I'm doing the exercises pretty much as best as I can, so that makes me, sweat and perspire. And there's a different connection. Right now, you're trying to follow along. Your brain's watching and trying to imitate what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing of doing the exercises, but I'm also trying to talk at the same time and explain it to you. But also in the back of my head, I'm putting in perspective what I'm showing you, that I'm hoping you're following what I'm doing. That's why you won't see me standing up on one leg a whole lot, because in the back of my head, I'm knowing some of you might not be able to do it as much. So my thought is really going many different directions, even though I'm trying to do just this one thing in front of you. I've done that before. Where I ran around the room crazy and I got even more tired, so. Yeah, just ask, Jim, where are your hands? Which hand's on top or whatever. But, I do try to spin around a bit, so, if I don't do it enough, just, ask me where's the hand supposed to be. Now, what you just said about cloning, that in itself is another way to do the exercises. I'll be thinking of doing what I'm doing here, but I'll picture myself as standing back over here as one of you and like, where's the leg, where's the arm? And that's why sometimes you'll see me all of a sudden just change something a little bit, because the view isn't what I would think is good to see what I'm doing. So to put it simply, you have the easy part, okay? Because I'm the one that's sweating more than you are. But sweating isn't the main goal. If you sweat as you're doing this, that's great, because you're opening up the pores, all the energy channels are starting to get stimulated, everything's moving, that's great. But if you find that you're not breaking a sweat, that's not a bad thing. If you're totally cold, your fingertips and toes are cold, that's not all bad either, because what's happening is the blood is moving towards the core, the center of your body, which is what we're turning and twisting, and you're breathing deep with the diaphragm moving, so that's not all that bad. If the whole body is cold and you're turning green, that's not good. Or turning white, so. Anyway, any other questions? Because we got time to do it maybe another time or so, and then we'll finish with one of the breathing movements. So it's the format that I try to maintain is we start with something to get everybody kind of moving, get the energy moving, and we do things where we get in a rhythm, so you break a sweat maybe a little bit, or you feel your body starting to go with the flow, and then the last part is to bring all the thought, all your awareness, all the energy back down to that lower center of gravity area. All right? No questions? Easy class. All righty. So from here, once again, everything relaxed. Deep breath. Slow exhale. Eyes try to stay forward. Breathe in. And breathe out. in, out, in. Try to keep your elbows a little bit lower than your shoulders would be. Flip it over, and breathe in, out, shift across, lift up, inhale, exhale. Excuse me. Inhale, exhale. So with most of these here too, I'm trying not to look more towards the ground as much as kind of outward where I'm going. And even here, eyes are forward. Adjust the foot a little bit, in, out. Shift left, in, out. Here my left foot turns a little bit to the right, so as to get to that cat stance. Dip your chin, round your back. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale. In, out, 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 in, out. Finish it up. Quick breath. Bring the blood and the oxygen back to your brain. And out. Another breath, but a little slower. And out. One more. Deeper. And slower yet. Now, if anybody's legs are just killing them right now, grab a seat. Don't feel like you need to endure if your legs are burning, your knees or anything. If you feel fine, just, continue with what we're doing to finish up. So we've done this a few times with the last classes. I'm going to interlace my fingers. So this is, again, try to finish up what we're doing. Try to relax more, stretch. And then the arms come apart as my knees bend. And then my hands come in front so as to pull in a breath with my inhale. Inhale, pull the hands in. Follow your center line down. Exhale. Let your arms just fall free. So there's kind of this combination of one part of your body being stretched while another part is relaxing. Here I relax, put a little tension on the legs. And then I gather in, arms are relaxed, and breathe in. As I straighten my legs, my arms drop, and breathe out. So now there's no tension. Everything's comfortable. As I breathe in deep, a little tension on the shoulders, the arms, and breathe out, knees bend, arms bend. Gather in, and breathe in, and down and out. If that's fine, as we come up, and try to do a little balance up on the ball of your feet as you stretch. Come down soft, arms out, elbows bent, and breathe in again. So it's like if my breath was that powerful that I could draw in my hands and then powerful enough to push my hands down. So it's not so much just my muscles and my arms doing it, it's how much of the breath am I trying to expel from the body. So if that's fine, when I come up to here and I try to balance, I'm going to try to look up. Just my eyes. And then eyes forward. And then again, breathe in, pull in, down and out, and relax. If that's fine, as you try to balance, not just the eyes go up, but your head tilts up. You struggle for balance, maybe a little wobble here and there, and you come back to flat, and breathe in, and out. And the last one, if you can, the feet go real close. And you do any combination of those things with the stretch, with the balance, with the eyes, with the head up. Balance for a few seconds. Breathe out. One step. You're allowed one step. Maybe two. And breathe in. and breathe out. Relax. So, tell me if I'm wrong, but for that split second there, didn't you in your mind say, oops, I took a step?
No, I said, oops, I'm going to fall.
Oh.
I did.
Usually it's something like that. But it's that inner dialogue that we try to break. Put it into some kind of a positive, rhythm with doing the exercise. Think about what we're doing. Think about your balance. Think about the breathing. Think about you and what you're trying to improve instead of all that other stuff that just keeps racing and you really don't have nothing really changes by the end of the day too much. You know what I mean, right? It's like the weather, the weather, I check the weather a zillion times a day because I'm out and about and I take pictures outside and I got to know what the weather is. Probably do it too much. I can't really affect it or change it. That's what we do. We get in these rhythms and trying to break the rhythms, trying to make a positive rhythm if we can do that. So, any other questions? Because we're 5 minutes late now. At the end, we clap, class over. Because we feel so good about what we did and it puts a smile on our face.